Okay, let's talk about mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is energy of motion and or position. So there's three types that we'll talk about. So first of all, energy total, and realize there's many other types of energy that we'll get to later: electric energy, chemical energy, fluid energy, stuff like that. Right now, we're talking about objects that are moving. So we'll talk about potential energy and kinetic energy. Now it's okay to use PE and KE, but we gradually are shifting from PE to U, and KE is becoming K. So that's the way you'll see it on the AP stuff, U and K. Now potential energy, and this is actually gravitational potential energy. So U sub G for gravitational energy, and it's equal to M times G times H. Now if I take a look at the units real quick, and again this is the energy of gravitational position, so in other words, you climb a flight of stairs, you gain this type of potential energy. Now let's take a look at the units real quick. Mass would be in kilograms, G is meters per second squared, and height is going to be in meters. Well, if you put that together, that's a Newton, so you have a Newton meter. Newton meter is of course a joule. So it's the same energy as work. Work and energy are interchangeable essentially. Energy is something that you have. Work is physically putting it to work, physically doing something with it. Okay, let's take a look at kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy, if you remember back, is 1/2 mv squared. And later on I'll show you why the 1/2 has to be there. Okay, if I go into this, let's take a look at the units. 1/2 doesn't have units on it. We have kilograms times meters over second squared, which becomes kg times m squared over s squared. Well, if you pull out 1m, you get this. That should be meters, excuse me. That's a Newton, that's a meter. We're talking joules again. So the units are joules, and that's understandable. Now, a few words about it. First of all, kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared. Therefore, it's always positive. It can never be negative. Even if you have a negative velocity or a negative speed, once you square it, it'll become a positive number. So therefore, it's always positive. Since it's always positive, direction doesn't mean a difference. It's a scalar quantity. With energy, you simply add them up, and that. The same thing with potential energy. Just realize if you're going one way, you're going to have a positive gain in potential energy. If you go the other way, you're going to lose the same amount of energy. The biggest thing to understand, and it will get its own treatment in a separate video, is that energy is conserved. And that's kind of the one crux that we will use a fair amount. Okay, hope this helped. Nice, short, quick, but hopefully help you understand mechanical energy.